Hello, Ipsita ma'am. Whenever we are interacting with female patients, I think I feel a very different and a special connect with them.
For a lady, hair is everything. Social gathering, the family, the relatives, it involves many things. First, I would say I lost my parents in an early age. I didn't know how to take care of hair and all. Second, postpartum. When my son was 4-5 months old, I started noticing hair loss. It led to the hair thinnings. And then during COVID, change of lifestyle. That could have caused the issue.
Unfortunately, for women, to go through a transplant or even when they are in the balding or the hair loss phase, there's a little taboo around this.
Hair loss is something, it cannot be explained. It's an emotional breakdown. When we start getting less confident, we start hiding ourselves.
So hair transplant was eventually that you thought of.
I had fear, what if it goes wrong? And other fun side is my mother-in-law was very cautious about it. She was, what if you forget all your memory? I said, oh my God, mom. And the strongest decision I took is, I said, okay, I'll save my headache.
Full scalp?
Yes, as a lady, it is a very bold step. When I started noticing the growth, I felt like a new me. I started loving myself. Wow. And I didn't bother who loves me. This is one life and this is one you. So take the bold step, take the decision and just go for it.
Hello, Ipsita ma'am. Thank you so much for coming here on our channel and coming for this conversation. It feels really special because most of the times when I'm interacting, it's more of the men, the patients who've undergone the transplant. But whenever we are interacting with female patients, I think I feel a very different and a special connect with them. And the conversation becomes really wonderful as, we speak further. So I'm really looking forward to having amazing conversation with you as well.
Definitely. Thank you, Priyanka ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. I'm pleased to be here.
So to start with, since you are sitting here in the Bangalore city itself, where you work, where you live with your family, so tell me a little about how is your routine, how do you start your day? Eventually you'll get into the work, but first a little about yourself.
So my Bangalore, actually I work from home, so I save a lot of time. Definitely in Bangalore, due to the traffic, I save the time. And about daily, I wake up early. Because I have to get ready my son to go for school and pack his food and also do some household chores. Then come to my best part is my workout. I go for workout every day for cardio or HIIT, and then sometimes I go for cycling or running also.
So you are a very regular workout person.
Yes.
Wow, that's
If
nice.
I don't do, I feel like lethargic and feel like painful. So
what are your favorite workout routines? What do you love the most?
Mostly I go for the belly button season in cult. I always follow Swetambari Shetty. So I like those programs always.
How is the overall work culture here in Bangalore?
It's good. It actually depends on the manager, how the team is being managed. And if a manager goes wrong and being micromanaged, then that work-life balance is not there. So I always try to earn trust for my team, for their psychological safety, so they feel comfortable to come back to me, to discuss things, to open up for their blockers. So that is how recently I got awarded for the high performing team.
Wow.
A leader with high performance. So I love people when they come back to me, they open up and talk to me because of the faith I built with them.
How much level of stress do you experience in your overall work?
Stress, whose work doesn't involve stress, right? So everywhere stress is there, it's just like how do we manage in the right time, right place. So whenever I get stressful, again, same thing, I go and play with my kid. I disturb him, try to transfer my stress to him and lighten my mood. And also, otherwise, I go for a walk. Walking in open air always
that
gives me a time to reset.
So in COVID, I think is when we also met, post-COVID. So tell me in COVID, what exactly was your routine like and how was everything?
So during COVID, everything was new because I had all the house help and everything cut down. So that time, some kind of, as you say, stress, right? That stress started, like how to manage things. So I started managing kid and my in-laws were also there. So all the time we were always staying together. So things everything came on me, and slowly things started resolving. We decided, my in-laws, my husband, everyone started helping for this. But as a woman, as a lady, we take more responsibilities. So
True.
that kind of stress started from that phase, I can say. I mean, during that time, managing everything along with the work with proper deliverables. Down the line, after COVID, I was luckily not part of the first wave. So where in 2021, and I went out for some reason, and I mean, in my society, my neighbor noticed me and saying, hey, what happened to you? Whether you had COVID, you started losing your hair. So that also kind of added me feeling consciousness about that thing, right? I'm not looking good now. Maybe people started noticing my hair. So that was one thing. And during COVID, when Delta variant was there, I got fever, and immediately doctor said you have to be separated. I didn't get any kind of, symptoms, only fever with the shivering, but doctor gave me steroid, and somehow my hair was fine until that, and after taking steroid I noticed hair loss, and it went to the extreme where my hair was extreme thin, scalp started visible. You can say that is one of the more stress for me, which added to my lifestyle.
Correct. So it was more of the balding that you started seeing during that period then?
Hair thinning, where the scalp, hair was there everywhere when I started consulting, right? But it was very thin. My scalp started visible.
So the hair loss had started, the female pattern that we usually see.
And as you know, for a lady, hair is everything. So I started feeling low and less confident about that.
Right. So COVID, yes, could be one of the triggering factors. But apart from that, what are the 3 major reasons you could evaluate when you experienced the hair loss?
First, I would say postpartum. During pregnancy, my hair became very good and healthy. And I mean, when my son was 4-5 months old, I started noticing hair loss. So, and initially I thought it would stop, but it led to the hair thinning. So I would say that. Second, I lost my parents in an early age. So when I was 22 years, and then indirectly that could have also impact. As I mean, frankly saying, I'm the youngest one at home, and my mother used to take care, so I didn't know how to take care of hair and all. That could have caused the issue. And then change of lifestyle. During COVID, we don't used to expose outside, and now also during work from home, I do work out in home, and sometime I go for outside for cycling. So the expose is not there. So I feel somehow maybe
these could be
during the lifestyle change, it could have happened.
Right. What are the treatments that you initially tried? Because as females, nobody immediately thinks of a hair transplant. That is definitely not the first option.
Right.
Most of the female patients, they always say they tried several things, which with the hope that, that could kind of reverse the issues. So what were those treatments that you tried initially?
So initially I tried when I noticed more hair fall, I feel conscious and low about it. And then I started taking the laser therapy and followed by some homeopathic medication. Over the period of time, I feel like, sometime it worked, sometime it was inconsistent. So that's the reason, I stopped. How many, every day I have to follow the schedule. So when I stopped, and in few days I started again noticing the hair thinning, and that's where it led me to think about some treatment.
So hair transplant was eventually that you thought of that?
Hair transplant I never thought of, or I was never convinced about it, because in 2021 or 2022 end, when I started exploring about it, right, the reviews, the information over the internet, or my few friends have done earlier, the procedure what they were following was very painful, tedious. So I was having a fear about that. So one day I was scrolling in Facebook, and I saw an ad about SGR, which made me kept my attention toward that is the new technology, the way it was, and the way hair transplant it was explained. And also Dr. Abhishek and team of doctor were visiting to Bangalore to address patients' concerns personally. So that attracted my attention, and I decided to come here to discuss about hair transplant.
So obviously you took a consultation, you understood the process, but for females, I think it's not very easy to accept in the mind to go ahead with that procedure. Like for men, we've commonly heard.
Right.
We see so many clinics, men, there are patients who do it. But for females, it's a little difficult to take a decision. So what were those fears that you had in mind, prior to taking that decision towards transplant?
I had fear, what if it goes wrong? And there is a other fun side is my mother-in-law was very cautious about it. She was, what if you forget all your memory? I said, oh my God, Mom, it's not like all about memory. It is just on the top scalp, something will be done. Then she was initially hesitant, but I later when I came here, Shavana from here, I met her, and she explained everything in detail. She tried to understand my lifestyle, and she explained also the reason behind the hair loss could be, and about the new technology, how we are doing, how we ensure it has been done different from other clinics. So which attract my attention, and I thought, okay, I can give a try. I went home and I explained. I came alone that day. My husband also didn't come because I was curious to know about the new procedure with new technology. So when I went and explained, I would say I have a very supportive husband and also supportive in-laws. They stood by my decision. I was strong with that. I said, okay, I'll go ahead. And the strongest decision I took is I said, okay, I'll take out all the hair. I'll go for hair plant like that. Yes, I have saved my head actually when I went for that.
Full scalp?
Yes, as a lady, it is a very bold step, I would say. I mean, because we are very conscious, and I was undergrounded for 8 to 10 months. And so, I mean, it is not like that. I used to meet people, but I bought a wig during that time. So, but that was a right decision, I would say. I came here, and in February 2022, I decided to come for the hair transplant. And also I called Shavana and I requested if Dr. Abhishek can do the surgery, and that was arranged. That's the best part. So my hair transplant was done in February 2022.
Honestly, I was a little surprised to know. I got to know now that you said you've completely shaved off, because when we usually consult women, what we guide them is, we'll not shave anything, only small area in the donor will be trimmed, and that will be hidden in the length. Very few actually take this bold step where, upfront they decide that they want to trim, because for men it's easy, of course.
Right.
For women to take that decision. So what made you, think that let me trim? Because I think doctors would have said that not to fully trim and partially trim was also an option.
Right. So, I mean, I agree with you. For men, go for hair transplant is much easier than women to take the decision, right? It involves many things, the social gathering, the family, the relatives. So, but I don't know, somehow I decided to save my head. So I thought, again, I don't want to struggle with the surgery and then managing those hairs. So I told my in-laws, my mother-in-law especially, she was very skeptical about that. Don't go for severed. I said, I'll go for that, and we will see good result with that. When I came here, doctor said, no need to do that. Along with that, we can do. We have done for many patients. So, but still, I was, stood by my decision. I said, okay, I will go with severed. It's fine for me because I like short hairs. And earlier, it was not used to this much short. I used to keep this length, but I thought, okay, it's for a change. I'll experience that. So then the journey started, but I would like to share one thing. The day I came for surgery, it was, I would say, the hospitality was really good, and the doctor and the team was very supportive, and they were answering, and they were also advising me the impact of pre and post surgery, how it is going to be, and setting the expectation also, which was helpful for me to deal with the phase. And I didn't find it much, complex to go through the procedure as well. And whenever I used to get any kind of issue or any query, doctor was always there to answer me. So that was the best part.
One very important thing actually I wanted to mention, since you mentioned your husband, your in-laws all were very supportive. I think in India somehow, unfortunately, for women, to go through a transplant, or even when they're in the balding or the hair loss phase, there's a little, a little taboo around this. cosmetic procedures and all of that for the head. For men, it's easily acceptable to do a transplant, and husband sometimes, yes, is supportive, but what's also glad to know is your mother-in-law, because they have little traditional thoughts, right? Whenever I've interacted with patients, they say, oh, it was difficult to convince in the family. So how did your mother-in-law and everybody, be so supportive to you?
My mother-in-law, I would say she's not orthodox.
Okay.
She was a headmistress in high school, and she know how a working lady, how does it matter for the appearance and look. So when I explained her, I'm going through this phase, I'm feeling less confident, I'm feeling low when I go to office. So she started understanding me, and since I don't have parent, right, so she's less in-law and as a mother for me, so she always understands me. So I would say maybe I'm blessed. I got my in-laws, and they are very supportive, and because of them a lot of stress goes off my shoulder.
And I think a women can understand a woman the most.
Exactly.
So if you have a supporting mother-in-law, I think things become very easy, especially with these procedures when you're going through. So how was your recovery period, and did that disturb your work schedules while you were in the ongoing procedure?
I would say initial few days, when the front side was done, my eyes and my face was swollen. So that took me 3 to 4 days to settle down, because my eyes became small also. And after that it was fine. I joined back work.
So 4 to 5 days was the recovery time?
Only from the front side, I say, because one session only for the front side. Otherwise, I used to go back, just rest for 1 day, and next day I used to work.
And when did you see the overall result, where, when you were seeing in the mirror and you were like, wow, now the hair is calm, the density is there? Because 4-5 years you struggled with the hair loss and that whole phase. So when, after the procedure, and how many months you could appreciate that, these are satisfied results?
Initial days I started noticing the shedding phase, which we say, right, it was almost for 12 to 14 weeks. And after that, when I started noticing the growth, I used to see in the mirror the baby hairs, it started growing, because I was having a save head, right? So I was feeling very happy and much more confident that my hair is growing. And when I used to see the mirror, I used to feel much more confident. And that was a nice phase. I would say the journey is all about 8 to 10 months. I started seeing the result in around after 8 months, and by 10 months I had short hairs. So
anything that you experimented once the hair grew, any different haircut or any hair coloring?
I did.
Yeah, you did?
I did.
What
I
did you
tried
try?
exploring all short hairs patterns. And I used to go every 3-4 months to because I never knew the short hair will suitable for me that much. It suits my face. So when I used to go, they used to also compliment, ma'am, your hair is looking very good, and which was a very which was something my ears wanted to hear. Because before, when I used to go, they used to say, your hair is very thin, what style we can do. So I mean, that made me feel the appearance and the feel. It doesn't change how I feel confident. It changes how I feel the change. So that way, I mean, I explored those options as well.
Correct.
I love the short hair that much. I'm not growing.
Now you love this hairstyle, right? From the work perspective, of course, because you manage such a big team and you are at a manager level, how do you think after the hair transformation, of course, you have the skill to deal with your team and you're very talented. So work-wise, you were always doing well. But there was something, when the hair loss was there, which kind of was bringing some hesitance. So how did that improvise from your work perspective?
When we go for a get-together, it's virtual, but quarterly once I invite my team for a get-together. So when we go for that, they compliment me and they are saying, you look younger, because I'm the older one among them. There are Gen Zs as well, so they say, you look just like it's in our group only. I say, don't quote that, I'm a millennial. So likewise, it feel me, happy when I meet them, and when they compliment me, I feel very good. But earlier those things were not there.
Right. So if you had to, because there are a lot of women listeners who are listening to you and they are going through the similar struggles, what are those 3 important factors you would want to, mention to them, the ones who are going through this from the psychological perspective?
So as a woman, when we start getting this feeling, right, we start hiding ourselves, which is the thing which comes as less confident, feeling yourself low and stopping yourself going to the social gathering. So I would say if you started with a hair loss, don't take too much time to analyze this. Don't lead or take more time to go further damage. Take the right step in the right time and go for the right place. So I personally recommend the female listener, whoever going through this phase and not comfortable to speak or come forward to take this decision. This is one life and this is one you. So take the bold step, take the decision, and just go for it. Because hair loss is something, it cannot be explained. It's a emotional breakdown. It's a consciousness in mind. Always it gives you stress. It's a stress which grows inside you always. And also it's something, it will make you down, feel down in front of everyone. So go for it. And I personally recommend Assure because it's not like I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you. As per my experience, maybe I personally didn't visit other clinics, but the more I explored and I came here, it's been 3 years. I have taken the treatment, and also still if I need anything, any queries I go through, I get immediate advice for the hair. So it's just like a new life. I feel like a new you, which you can transform yourself. So don't step back, take the right decision.
And you said it in such a motivational way, and you were very honest and frank, and the way you spoke. So I think a lot of women will relate to you, and it is going to motivate them, especially the ones who are a little hesitant. And I'm sure their family members who are not supporting them. After listening to your story, I think those husbands and those mother-in-laws will also start becoming understanding and supportive, so that they can help them go ahead with these procedures. So we would love to do a quick rapid fire round with you. I hope you don't mind, yeah?
Sure.
It'll be very simple questions, and few related to hair and few related to your personal.
Definitely.
So the first thing, what was scarier, hair thinning or taking the first hair consult?
Taking first hair consult.
Your first thought when you looked in the mirror post the hair transplant?
I felt like a new me.
What is one of the most unexpected benefits of restoring your hair back?
There are many. So first thing, when I go for office get together, so I have Gen Z and all kind of folks in my team. So they used to say, you look different, you don't look like millennia, and they are Gen Z group, and they used to say, you look one of us. I said, oh, that's too much. And then also my husband started playing with my hair.
Oh, playing with your hair?
He said, oh, you got very nice hair, very nice volume. So which was giving me much pleasure.
Yeah.
So
wow, that's really sweet. One thing you wish you did it sooner?
I wish I could have come to Assure sooner.
So how long did it take for you to now realize that, oh, what I did was really worth it?
In 8 to 10 months.
What would you say to a woman hiding her hair, or trying to wear hair wigs or wearing those hair extensions to cover their hair loss?
I won't go for hair extension, because it also the women who are going for it, it's temporary and short term. So instead, think about yourself and go for a permanent solution, right? It's your own hair you can regrow, because naturally it is not reversible. So go for hair transplant. It's really beneficial.
One myth you believed about female hair transplant that later you realized is wrong?
I always used to hear hair transplant, it's painful, and earlier the process, right, they used to cut the skin also. So those all is creating chaos and fear in the mind, right? So those all are, I would say, myth, and the fear of thinking it will not grow back, there will be no result. So I personally experience, and I would say it's not a myth. Go for it, and the real result you can experience.
If somebody is in the decision making, especially female patients, what is that one sentence you would want to say that will give them a little push and encourage them for that procedure?
Taking early decision is key. So if you are in hair loss, don't let your conscience hold you back to go for the decision.
Right.
So take the right decision with the right place and go for it. So I would recommend go for a transplant, and definitely Assure is the right place.
Right. One last one I would like to ask, because with women it's more, psychological as well, the psychological impact basically. So what changed more? So the hair grew, so of course the physical appearance changed, but what do you think? The physical appearance was something which was the first, or it was something from within you felt change? So what was it more, the physical or the emotional part?
I don't know if there is a happy hormone or something. So when my hair started growing, so I felt like some happiness inner within, and I used to stay happy. And the irritation, the conscious, the low feeling, everything gone. So I used to feel happy, and which used to ease my work. And definitely appearance is one thing which I started getting compliment, but what I felt, and it got changed inside me. I could feel that the happiness and the confidence in me, which always used to encourage me to do things. So it's not like how I see myself. I feel like how I felt myself.
And that's so true, because with females, yes, physical appearance, yes, they are conscious, but like you said, when you feel really good from within, I think everything else changes. It's a mood elevator, your energies change, the vibe changes, and that's
the one word is I started loving myself. And I didn't bother who loves me. So,
and that's a big thing what you said, and I think people who are listening are going to connect with you with every word that you said. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time and all the experiences that you shared with us, because this is going to really help so many of them, motivate them, especially in India when it comes to women. When they listen to something like this, they're definitely going to take a step forward, talk to their family, be more vocal about it. Family also will give that support to them, and they will be able to take right decisions and discover the new you, the way you did.
I would strongly say, if you are someone facing hair loss, don't hold back and come forward for the decision. Go for hair transplant. It's very easy, and especially in Assure, my journey was great. And it's not about thinking painful. A bit of pain, but the procedure is it was hassle-free and everything was advised. So the journey is great. And when you start seeing the result, the pain part, the little pain of just post-surgery for a day, it'll vanish.
Right. Thank you once again for being here with us. It was really wonderful talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.